Alright, good evening. If you're new here, welcome. My trail name is Waldo and I hike with just the bare necessities. And you might say that a water filter is not a bare necessity or it's not a necessity for hiking. And you might be right. Sometimes I just don't bother with a filter, but if you're not too keen on risk taking and you're a bit worried about giardia, then you probably should have a water filter. So the two water filters that I've used extensively are a Sawyer Squeeze and Katadyn BeFree. And I use the BeFree on the Arizona Trail, and for everything else I've done, like the Pacific Northwest Trail, hiking in the UK, and hiking near Vancouver, BC, I've used Sawyer Squeeze. And there are different pros and cons to each. They're pretty similar in weight. I'll put the exact weight in the description box below so you can see what the exact weight is, but I believe that the weight is about 3 ounces, and I think the weight of a Sawyer Squeeze is the same as the weight, or very similar to the weight of the BeFree, but the BeFree, that weight is including this 1 litre bag. So the Sawyer Squeeze, obviously you're going to need some kind of bag or a bottle with it as well. So potentially you would consider this to be the lighter option, but it depends. But yeah, again, I'll put the weight in the description box. So the main difference I would say is that when you first get these filters, the BeFree has a faster flow rate. Now the Sawyer Squeeze flow rate is pretty good as well though. They're both pretty fast flow rates. But when you first get it, the BeFree is surprisingly fast. But the problem is that the BeFree will slow down a crazy amount and you can't back flush it. The Sawyer Squeeze you can back flush. Basically it comes with a syringe and this like a plunger type thing. You fill that with clean water and you just squirt it through in the opposite direction and it will like push water out and unclog it if the filter's getting clogged up. But yeah, the BeFree doesn't really have a way of back flushing. So in my experience on the Arizona Trail, the BeFree slowed down so much to the point that it was taking me like 15 minutes to filter a litre of water, or at least 10 minutes or something. And I'd usually be filtering like 2 litres of water. It was taking me close to half an hour. And that got really irritating. So I switched out for the Sawyer Squeeze. And I had no issues with the Sawyer Squeeze on the Arizona Trail. Now what I've heard is that you can get pre-filters for the Katadyn BeFree. And I found these, they're on Amazon. And they basically look like these little bags that go over the filter here. And apparently that makes a very big difference to how long the filter is going to last before it really clogs up. So if you're getting a BeFree, my biggest recommendation would be definitely get pre-filters for it, because I'd be worried about it slowing down. It was just so annoying on the Arizona Trail. Now, one of the big benefits of this Katadyn BeFree is I really like the bag that it comes with. This is a 1 litre bag and it has a really wide mouth, so it's really good for like scooping from really shallow water sources, which I really liked because I had to do that a few times in the Arizona Trail, and it would have been annoying trying to fill a water bottle or something in these really shallow water sources, but it was really easy to scoop the water like this. So if you're thinking you're going to need that, then I would definitely choose the BeFree. Now with the Sawyer Squeeze, the main options are basically, the nice thing about it is that you can screw it straight onto a water bottle. So this will screw straight onto, this is a smart water bottle, and it will screw onto the top. And then you can just drink straight out of it if you want to. Or you can just, squeeze the bottle and filter the water into another bottle if you want. And that's what I did on the Arizona Trail when I switched to the Sawyer Squeeze. The bag that the Sawyer Squeeze comes with, the little blue bag, is really crappy. It's just annoying to use. It's difficult to fill unless you got really fast flowing water. It's not like the BeFree bag where you can easily scoop it. So the bag the Sawyer Squeeze comes with is pretty crap. I don't recommend using it. It just gets annoying. But yeah, screwing it onto a bottle is great. But what you can also do is use kind of like a bladder type thing like this. This is CNOC or NOC. I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce it. But I'm going to use this on the Continental Divide Trail, partly just because it'll give me a bigger water capacity. This is a 2 litre bag. And so the Sawyer Squeeze will just screw right onto the bottom here. And then you can just like squeeze all the water out. And so I'll just fill up my water bottles by squeezing the water out of this. And this thing you can open up nice and wide and scoop water or whatever. So yeah, those are the main differences between the Sawyer Squeeze and the BeFree. The main thing is, yeah, the BeFree is going to slow down unless you get pre-filters, and you're not going to be able to back flush it. So even if it does slow down with the pre-filters, you can't back flush it. You're going to have to get a new one. But yeah, the Sawyer Squeeze, you can back flush. It's going to last you a long time. Yeah, it can make it through like a whole really long, big through hike. So my overall recommendation would be the Sawyer Squeeze. If you feel like it's not going to clog, then I'd use the BeFree. And if you like the bag that it comes with and the scoopability of it, then maybe you'd prefer the BeFree. So yeah, those are the main differences. The weight of each item will be in the description box below. They're both pretty light, around 3 ounces. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So if this video was useful to you, please do subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be starting the Continental Divide Trail pretty soon, and I'm going to have a video coming out for every single day on the trail. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.